So this is a foreword by David Floyd. He's the Chief Executive Officer of the National Heart Foundation of Australia. And he says, Rachel Jane Cassidy's journey is a remarkable one. From full-time writer and former Australian of the Year finalist to patient recovering from an acute heart event to heart health champion. Her natural gift as a storyteller and communicator comes to the fore in this book. She is back to being an author again, this time to deal with the complexities, both emotional and physical, of dealing with heart disease. The result is a significant contribution on an incredibly important issue. Having suffered her own unexpected heart event in 2019, Rachel Jane naturally had to spend considerable time recovering and learning how not to just survive, but live and thrive after a heart event. Her curiosity seems to have got the better of her though, and very quickly she started to explore how others around Australia had dealt with the same sort of similar issues. She then spent the next 5 years conducting research, interviewing other survivors, and identifying themes and similarities between their experiences. I think it's fair to say that this then evolved into something of a crusade to make sure that in the future, anyone who has experienced a heart event can pick up this book and feel reassured that they are not alone. This is a wonderfully generous thing to have done, and I know from having discussed it with that the humanitarian hope that this book will help others is the driving force that kept Rachel writing. This book is a collection of interviews shining a much-needed human interest spotlight, their families and their friends. In Australia, more than 5% of people are living with cardiovascular disease, making it one of the most burdensome form of disease. For each person, this is much more than just a label. It's a life-changing event or diagnosis which can lead to sudden and disruptive changes to the way they live. Not only can this be frightening and destabilizing, but people long for reassurance from others about their future, quality of life, and the prevention of recurrent events. Rachel Jane's work truly complements efforts by the Heart Foundation and others in the sector to provide support and reassurance to patients and their families that they can overcome this challenge through sharing stories, seeking validation of their journey with heart disease, and inspiring one another to live a heart-healthy life. Some time ago, Rachel, Jane, and I took part in a community fundraising event for the Heart Foundation, a 20-kilometer hike along the rugged coastline of the Mornington Peninsula. Coast Trek annual events are always fun and take place in various states across Australia. Every participant had their own story and a reason for being there. For Rachel Jane, having survived a heart event to become a passionate advocate for the Heart Foundation and everything we're trying to do, it was more by way of a victory lap. The structure of the training for the event and the day itself was the start of a new routine that I know she will now follow rigorously for the benefit of her heart and overall well-being. I congratulate Rachel Jane for all the work that has gone into this book, and I'm confident that it will be found useful not only by those who have survived a heart event, their families, friends, and supporters, but also by anyone with a human interest in what it means to have your life changed in a heartbeat. Thank you, Rachel Jane, for your advocacy, support, and generosity.